So the right has completely fallen off their rocker, and the left has buried themselves up to their neck in a big barrel of nuts. Join me. We're going to talk a little bit about the wall and maybe some real questions that we should be asking. So join me, enlighten me, change my mind. Let's see what you think. We know that no set of numbers and no single number is going to spell out the entire story of this thing. So I want to know, what are the real numbers? Can we get to our congressmen and women and just ask the simple question, what are the real numbers with our border security, specifically on the southern border? Because that's really all we're talking about right now. This whole thing, the wall and building the wall, border security, all of these things. We keep hearing this time and time again from both sides. What's security? What's not? How much is the wall going to cost? We're not funding the wall, but we'll fund a fence. We'll do these things. We have to shove this nonsense aside and start asking some real questions. What's the real cost of all the illegal immigration issues? What are we really paying for with the schools, with the border agents, with the courts, with the all the medicine and medical aid and things of that nature? That list goes on and on. What's the real cost of that? Then let's look at the real cost of the wall. Okay, I haven't found anywhere that can give me a straight answer on all of the costs for illegal immigration. I don't know if there's a way to figure that out, but we can kind of narrow down the scope on some of the things with the wall. The wall is going to cost around $25 billion. Okay, that's a lot of money. It's going to be about $500 million a year to maintain it. You hear things like there's going to be a reduction in border agents, and there's going to be a reduction in various amounts of resources that are along the border now. I want to know how many less agents we're going to have on the border. So what's the real impact of cost there? How many fewer people are actually going to be in the courts due to illegal immigration? You hear things about drugs. Okay, fine. Where are the drugs going to stop that are crossing our border? We know that 95% of all the drugs that come into the U.S. do not come from areas where this wall is going to be built. So are we going to have a 5% reduction, or are they just going to put it in some of the other vessels that come through anyway? So show me where this is really going to positively affect or increase our border security. I don't see it. One of the things I want you to think about in this whole discussion is that if we took that money and we really want to spend this $25 billion, right, you could give about 50,000 small businesses a stimulus of $500,000 a piece. One-time deal, one-time stimulus. Is that going to do more? Is that going to spark our economy more to be able to possibly afford a greater security for our border? And again, I keep going back, is what's the real cost? So I'm thinking this. We've got to stop saying right this, left this, the Dems this, the GOP that, down with President Trump. And we have to get to the point with our discussions that we stop asking the question about how much is a wall going to cost? How much is this going to cost? And I think what we need to do is to start asking the question of what is the best thing to do for our national security, our border security, and how is the best way to handle the influx of illegal immigrants? Is there a better way to help them where they are? Is there a better way to bring them to ports of entry so we can deal with them in a better manner? Be it letting them in if they're seeking asylum, if they're legitimately seeking asylum. Maybe there's a way we can work all of these things out. I'm not really sure, but what I do know is that so much focus is put on building a wall. This wall, I still don't see what the overall benefit to our border security is going to be. So maybe there's better ways to go about that. Not really sure. All right, thanks everybody for watching. Please subscribe. Click the like button, share this, do all of those wonderful things, and we'll see you on the flip side.